Hey guys, welcome back to another plan with me. This week I'm planning from April 11th to the 17th, and I'm using this kit. I didn't look up the name. Oh my god. I, but I would be surprised if it wasn't called Hello August. This is from Whimsical Plans, and I actually did not pick this kit because of Easter. I didn't even realize that it was the week of Easter because I just don't care about Easter other than like food sometimes, but I actually picked this kit because the weather was really nice this week, and I also went to a funeral this week, and I don't know, I thought the flowers sort of, I don't know, worked for that. I guess it's kind of morbid to coordinate your planner with that, but whatever, it is what it is. But I mainly chose this kit for the good weather this week. And it's one of the very few spring kits that I actually picked up. But I really liked this artwork, and I love the vibrant green of all of the backgrounds. This kit did not come with glitter headers, and I did not pick them up because I purchased this before I realized that this planner was going to need glitter headers. So I was able to pull together some headers that I just had left over or gotten like freebies or whatever. And even though this peachy color doesn't match exactly, I can't even tell. It looks like they go with this kit. So I'm very happy with being able to just pull from my stash and having it work really well. What else? I don't think there's much else to say except for the fact that you can see on my sidebar, I did not want to put the Hello August washi all there and make a box just because it's April and not August. So I just used what I could and just spaced out the two boxes a little bit more than usual. But yeah, that's the only bummer about this kit is it is meant for August, and yeah, but not a big deal. I think it worked out well enough for me anyway. But moving on to the day by day, starting with Monday, the first thing I marked was that I was depressed. So I marked that with this sad sticker from Once More with Love, with a little thing and an emoji at a computer from the Coffee Monsters Co. I marked that I worked with a little thing and a TV icon that could have come from the kit, but I honestly, no, I don't think it did. This color doesn't look correct. So I think I grabbed that from somewhere else. But anyway, I watched The Secrets of Playboy with a flag and this Planting Roses bed. I marked that I took a sad nap, just like one of those naps to avoid life, with a fancy label and a leftover little grocery bag. I marked that I went to Aldi with a little thing and this cat food from Carly Plans, I want to say. I marked that I went home to take care of Brad because once again, my roommate was out of town with her family because of her grandmother, with a little thing and an icon of just like a, clapper, movie slate, whatever. I marked that we watched SNL with another little thing and this running emoji. I marked that I did a 30-minute HIIT workout, which I hate. I hate HIIT. I think it's like the worst, but it's supposed to, get your heart rate up, burn calories, whatever. I just want to die while I'm doing them. Let me know if you're the same. And then the final thing with a little strip of washi and this munchkin. It's actually supposed to be like a reading outside munchkin, but I used it just to mark that I read. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked with a little thing, and this is not from the kit, this little alarm. You know what? I can't even tell because I was able to match this blue perfectly for most things. So I'm not sure, but either way, it's just a little clock icon and a little thing I marked that I was actually up early this day with this little skinny label and a heartbroken munchkin. I marked that I was just feeling really homesick because Joe and I were going to a funeral and it was taking place in the town I went to high school in. So just like driving through there, it made me feel really, really homesick, like really homesick, even though I haven't lived there in 10 years. But yeah. Anyway, under that with a half box and this munchkin comforting a crying munchkin, I marked that we went to my best friend's grandmother's funeral She eventually did pass away from the house fire, although they did keep her on, machines and stuff for quite a while. But yeah, so that was sad, but I'm glad we went. Then with another one of these little skinny labels, and I just used this spaghetti to cover up the bow because you know how I feel about bows. I marked that we went to the I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but the meal after the funeral we went, and it was nice, I guess. With a fancy label and these emojis driving a car, I marked that I slept in the car basically all the way home. And then once I got back to Philly, I napped more. Just lots of sleep. And I marked that with a little pumpkin paper Coterra on a pillow. Then the final thing on Tuesday with this little thing and a little running munchkin, I marked that we went for a walk. Moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked with this quarter box and a little emoji in a little springtime outfit, I marked that it was gorgeous outside. It was in the 80s. It was just beautiful. And it was actually really beautiful the day before, which I also think added to my homesickness. Just the weather was so lovely and the birds were chirping and we were in the suburbs and it was just, 10 out of 10. So yeah, lots of nice weather this week. With a little thing and this little grocery cart icon that may or may not be from the kit, I'm not sure. I think it is. I marked that I went to Acme. With a squared off box and this emoji freaking out over paperwork, I marked that I paid my quarterly taxes, which was so painful. It's really painful. I would almost prefer to pay more and not know about it and have it just taken out. But actually going in and giving over that money yourself, hurts. With a little thing and a munchkin barbecuing, I marked that we got Boston Market, buy one, get one free. With an appointment label and another icon, I marked that we watched SNL. And then the final thing on Wednesday with a half box that I just sliced up a little bit to make it fit, and another one of these little munchkins, walking, running, whatever. I marked that I went to Joe's soccer game and just walked laps around the soccer field in order to get some exercise. Moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked with a little thing and another emoji at a laptop was that I worked. With a skinny label and this Papershire car, I marked that Joe and I drove out to King of Prussia to run some errands. With a squared off box and these munchkins eating what looks like rice or ice cream. I'm not really sure, but I just used it to mark that we went to Chili's. And I don't know, I thought it matched the spread enough to use. With a little thing and another one, I just really wanted to use these little green and pink outfits up on a spread that they sort of matched. So I used them all up. I just marked that I went for a walk. Then when I got back, I just did a little 15-minute workout because that's all I had in me. So better than nothing. I used these weights from Carly Plans to mark that. The one thing about her stickers, I'm so disappointed because I love her shop and I would love to keep ordering, but this is a me problem. I pick up my stickers a lot and readjust where they are and stuff. And with her stickers, when you pull them off the page, all of the black ink comes off the sticker in a powder puff. It just gets all over my hands and it's no longer on the sticker paper. It's the weirdest thing. It's they can't be bent. I've thrown out multiple stickers because of that. I had to move them and then they just get ruined. You can't reuse them. It's the craziest thing. So I'm really bummed about that because I love her shop. So I don't know. I'm hoping maybe she'll change her paper or something like that, or her ink, because I actually really like her paper. So yeah, but again, that's just I can't put stickers down once. So that is more of a me problem. With a fancy label and these olives from Olives & Studio sitting on a couch, I marked that we watched Secrets of Playboy. And then the final thing for Thursday with an appointment label and this no munchkin, I marked that I missed some important emails, which was so annoying. My phone wasn't dinging with my alerts that I am supposed to be getting. And so I didn't see them for a few hours, which is just, not the best. Moving on to Friday, first thing I marked with a quarter box, this fridge from Scribble Prints Co. and a screwdriver from my friend Ilza from Ilse's Melted Plans, I marked that Joe finally fixed our fridge. My roommate and I have been in this apartment for almost 5 years, or 5 years, or 4 years. I'm not sure. We've been in here for a decent chunk of time, and our fridge has been leaking for years and years and years, and I didn't want to bother my landlord with it because we moved in with the problem, and like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, basically, we also had a problem with the washer dryer, and we told him about it, and he was like so confused why we were bothered by the fact that we had no cold water, and like all of my black clothes were getting ruined from the hot water because like, yeah, it was a nightmare. But I ended up fixing that with a little help from Joe just because I wasn't strong enough to unscrew something. But like, I fixed the washer dryer. I've fixed a bunch of stuff in this apartment just because I'd rather do it myself than bother my landlord if I can. And this was a big one. I finally found a video with this exact fridge, which was like next to impossible. Every video I found fixing this issue was with a different model fridge, but I finally found the video and it was so thorough. And I was going to try to do it myself, but he just surprised me, and like, I woke up to him almost done fixing it. So that was great, and it doesn't leak anymore, and I wish we had done this years ago because my socks kept getting wet and the floor was getting ruined. So I don't know why my landlord just like, let us move in. Like, whatever, it's fixed. With a little thing and another emoji at a laptop, I marked that I worked. With another little thing and this like annoyed munchkin, I just marked that I was feeling really jealous of my roommate's job. I no longer am jealous of her job, but her hours and pay and commute were so stellar. I was so jealous, but there's pros and cons to every job. Her boss is a bitch and a half, and she has no benefits. So, it's like, whatever. I shouldn't be that jealous of it. But in the moment, I was just like feeling really low and feeling super jealous. With a little thing and this olive planning, I marked that I planned. With a fancy label and this Xbox controller, did not play Xbox. I do have one, but I haven't played it in like 6 years. But I marked that we played Outlast, which is actually a PC game, but I don't want to waste all of my computer stickers. With a little thing and another pair of weights from Carly Plans, I marked that I worked out. And then the final thing on Friday with another half box and this stack of books from Planning Roses, I marked that I read. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked with the fancy label and this Rise and Shine munchkin from Once More with Love, I marked that I was up earlier than ever. And I didn't even need to be up that early. I was so proud of myself. It just felt so good. With a little thing and a walking munchkin, I marked that my roommate and I walked 4 miles because it was such a beautiful day, and she had to go to Old City, which is like the aesthetically pleasing section of Philly where like you want to live. It's like where you want to be, but it's too expensive. She had to go there to feed her cousin's cat. Her cousin's a doctor, FYI, which is why she can afford a place down there. But it was so nice, and there's no parking in Old City, so we both decided to do the walk, and it was lovely, and it just felt really good to walk that much. And it was great. So then under that, with a little thing and a cat food can from Carly Plans, I marked that we fed the cat. Then while we were in the neighborhood, we decided to splurge on some fancy bagels. So we went to, I don't know what the place actually was. It doesn't even matter. I didn't like them. They actually like cook them in beer, which is supposed to be like super fancy and great. But the bagel, it was fine. It was edible, but it like was sort of stale. It like cut up the roof of my mouth when I was biting down on it, but it is what it is. So I just marked that with a quarter box and this bagel sandwich from, I want to say Papershire, with one of the little squares from the kit and this munchkin running towards a little baby munchkin. I marked that Joe's sister brought her kids over for us to hang out with. She was there. She didn't just dump her kids for us to hang out with. Like, we hung out with all of them. Her husband wasn't able to come because he had to stay with his family because his family takes Easter like super, super seriously. Like the whole weekend is a very serious event. With a little thing and another bed from Planning Roses, I marked that I napped. With a little thing and a sneaker that I've had left over from a freebie, I marked that we went for a walk. With an appointment label or a piece of washi, I can't tell. And this little girl, this is my last one, I'm so sad. Ilza printed these for me, and this girl with the briefcase over her head running in the rain is perfection. It's like my favorite. But she just matched too well not to use, so it is what it is. But I marked that we got caught in the rain. We actually got caught in a torrential downpour, and we were going to stand under an umbrella in front of a restaurant, but they were closing the seating, so they took down all the umbrellas. With a piece of washi this is a little piece of like a heart checklist that I cut up and a little spoon and fork icon. I marked that we tried this place called DP Dough, and they sell calzones, and I love a good calzone. Emphasis on the word good. These are definitely, like, we actually got a recommendation to try this place, but these are definitely your stereotypical, like, college food where, like, they're open till 4 a.m., so that appeals to all the drunk kids, but it's, like, overpriced and tasteless. Like, they put no effort into it. I got a broccoli one, and there were, like, 3 pieces of broccoli in it. It sucked. But we tried it, so whatever. Here's to trying new things. And then the final thing on Saturday with an appointment label and Carly Plans TV, I marked that we watched White Lotus. Moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked with, I think, a piece of washi, maybe, or an appointment label, who's to say, and these munchkins in front of the TV. I marked that we finished White Lotus. I loved this show. I'm such a big fan of these limited series because I can have something that I can be invested and obsessed with for a little while, but number one, they never outwear their welcome. Like, they always end the story when it should be ended, and I can, like, move on to another show. I love it. I don't want 6 to 12 seasons anymore in my life. I just don't have time. So loved White Lotus. With this really skinny label and a cracked under pressure munchkin, I marked that I was extra, extra anxious this day. Try to say that 5 times fast. Like, the type of anxiety where I needed to move or run away or get in my car and drive far, far, far from here. Like, that type of, like, overly, what's the word? Like, overactive anxiety, you know? I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I mean. So I had to go on a walk, like, immediately, even though it was sort of cold and windy this day. It was sunny, so that was nice. But anyway, Joe decided to come with me, and I marked that with this little skinny strip of washi and a Planner Gem sneaker. And I just marked must walk ASAP. Like, I was freaking out by being inside. It was not fun. With a little thing, and I think this is supposed to be for, like, hot weather, but I used this fan from the Coffee Monsters Co. to mark, sorry if you can hear the garbage trucks. It's garbage day here. I just wanted to mark that it was, like, so windy. So that's what I used that sticker for. With a little thing and these munchkins all happy and hugging, I marked that I was starting to feel better, just, like, walking around, being outside. I was starting to calm down. With a half box and this pastry from a Happy Planner food sticker book, I marked that I finally got to try the specific donut I wanted from Paris Baguette. It's like an overpriced pastry shop, like, and they charge 10 cents for a bag. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Dunkin' Donuts gives you a little paper bag for your donuts. Like, you're charging me 10 cents. But the few times I've been near a Paris Baguette, this donut has been out of stock. It's basically like a Boston cream donut. I think it's a Bavarian cream. And Bavarian cream is my favorite because it's a Boston cream without the chocolate on top. I love them, but they've always been sold out. There was finally one in stock, so we walked there and I got it. And it wasn't as good as I was hoping, to be honest. The Bavarian cream from Dunkin' Donuts is 10 times better, but they never have it. They always just have Boston cream. With a little thing and a munchkin waving goodbye, I marked that after we got back from our walk, Joe's sister, niece, and nephew, and I think possibly his brother-in-law all came to say goodbye to us before they went back to New York. And then the final thing on Sunday with a little thing and this TV icon, I marked that we watched SNL. And then on my sidebar, the only things I marked were that the funeral, and then I used this Fox and Pip sticker to mark going on a long walk with my roommate on Saturday. And yeah, so that's everything for this plan with me. I really appreciate you staying all the way till the end if you did, and I will see you in the next one.